Yo, what's going on? My name is Caesar Sid, and if this is your first time stumbling on my channel, I create cinematic vlogs. And if you're into that kind of stuff, photography, cinematography, music videos, behind the scenes stuff, this is a channel for you. And please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. A few weeks ago, I decided to create a poll on my Instagram story, and I decided to ask who will be interested in watching what's in my camera bag video. So today I'm going to share with you my gear, and I want to give you a short explanation on why I use certain things or how I use certain things. And if you are interested in learning more about a specific gear or equipment that I use, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I would love to answer your questions. So I'm gonna go down the list. This is not in a particular order. Let's get into it. First, I would like to show you guys the camera I use to carry all my gear. This camera bag has carried everything but my drone because I carry a Phantom 3, and the Phantom 3 is just huge. So the backpack I'm currently using to carry all my stuff is the Lowepro Flipside 500 AW. So this is my baby, the one that carries all my gear. Is a pretty big camera bag, but it protects everything. I have full confidence that this camera bag is gonna protect all my gear, especially now that I'm buying more expensive gear. I want to make sure that my stuff is well taken care of. And so it opens from the back, so no one can go through your bag when you're carrying this, because that's taken from your back if people want to steal something from you. And right now it's messy, but usually I have all my lenses here, my microphone, I can actually fit my gimbal. I'm gonna show you guys my gimbal, but I can actually use my gimbal, and I can fit my two camera bodies, my Sony A7iii and my Canon T6i in here as well. Right here on the top I have some pouches, and this is where I carry all my batteries and stuff like that. I carry in this pouch. Right here you can carry SD cards, or what I do, I like to carry screws for my gimbal. In case if I miss one, in case if I forget one at home, I have a spare one in here. So when I'm running and gunning, I make sure everything is here. In the front I usually carry pens, pouches, chargers, or when I'm running and gunning, or when I'm in the office or something, I carry my SD cards. My external hard drive that I use is my Passport for Max, 4 terabyte. It's like $100 on Amazon. It's really cheap for 4 terabyte. And I use the Samsung Portable SSD T5 to edit off. So when I shoot or something, I dump all the files into my external hard drive, and then that specific video, the specific vlog I'm using, I dump it into here, and I edit off of this using my Adobe Premiere. So this is really handy. It's only 500 gigabytes, but I'm using it to edit off. I'm not using it for nothing else. Okay, so moving right along, the gimbal that I use, and I bought this maybe a year ago because it was cheaper and I was on a budget, and I'm still on a budget, but I bought the smaller Zhiyun Crane V2. This is the gimbal I currently use. I want to upgrade to the Ronin S. It's a bit pricier, but it can carry heavy loads. And the problem I have with this is that I can't mount my Sigma 18-35 with any of my cameras because it's just too heavy of a load. The max payload is around 4 pounds, and both my cameras with the Sigma lens past that. So might be looking to upgrading this in the future. So now we're gonna move on to my lenses that I currently own. They're not the most expensive. Like I said, I'm on a budget, but I use for my real estate videos, I use a Canon 10 to 18 millimeter, super wide. It gets the job done. It's not the best lens, but like I said, it's in a budget. The second lens I use a lot for my vlogging, when I used to do a lot more vlogging, was the kit lens, the 18 and 55 that comes with the T6i. I've done a lot of most of my videos that you've seen on my YouTube, and has been created with this lens. I love this lens because of that. Like I said, I couldn't mount my Sigma 18 to 35 on my gimbal because it's too heavy of a lens. But this one's, like, again, it's not the best, but it gets the job done. And lastly, the nifty 50, the Canon 50mm f1.8. Everyone should have one. It's pretty cheap. It's like 150 bucks. And the bokeh you get, the focal length that it is, it's a really amazing lens, and I think everyone should have this lens in their arsenal. It's really good for portraits. Really good for getting some like telephoto shots when you shoot music videos and stuff. I really love this lens as well. And lastly, I have my Sigma, the one I'm filming on right now, the Sigma 18 to 35 f1.8. It's a hell of a beast. It's 18mm to 35mm, which is it's an okay focal length. It's a fast lens, great in low light, great for that cinematic, you know, bokeh out, blurry background like you see right now. I just love that lens. I don't want to get rid of it, so that's why I really don't want to upgrade my gimbals, because if I want to upgrade the lenses, they're gonna get heavier and heavier, and so I need to upgrade my gimbal. That's the only thing I think I need to upgrade for now. So now let's get into audio and what I use to record audio. I was first using this one, the Rode VideoMic GO, and it's an okay audio microphone for vlogging and stuff. I used this in the beginning, but right now I'm recording on the Rode VideoMic Pro because it's smaller and it's, you know, less, it doesn't demand that much attention. People don't really even notice I have a mic sometimes, so I like that, and it's a good mic. It's good audio quality on my vlogs. Lastly, when I record sound effects or stuff like that, I use the Zoom H1 handy recorder, and I have a mic under my shirt, so I have a better audio source when I go in post and I edit this video. And that's what I use to record audio. So when it comes to running and gunning, I like to carry a cleaning kit just in case my camera gets dusty, in case of wind or stuff like that, or if I need to clean my lenses on the go. I always have a cleaning kit in my camera bag. It's a must when you're running and gunning. Additionally, when you're running and gunning and you're vlogging, you can't go wrong with the Joby Gorilla Pod. You have to have one. You know, the thing I use to vlog and all that. So I have two of these. I just don't know where the other one is. This one's too flimsy already. Another little item that I like to use when I'm running and gunning and stuff, and when I'm more handheld, is this neck strap. It has quick release plates on it. It's like 50 bucks. But, you know, when you're setting up your gimbal, or, you know, when time is money, you just clip them off and you throw it to the side, throw it in your camera bag, and you're ready to go. I like to carry an SD case, and this is by V-Way. This is shock resistant, it's waterproof, and this is where I keep all my SD cards. This is a good pickup, very important. In case of a monitor, I bought this in November, I believe, and I use the FeelWorld Master MA5, and this produces also 4K transmission. So I haven't used it on my SONY A7iii, but I have used it on my Canon T6i, and I used to, you know, record the basketball games like this, and I knew everything was in focus because I have 5 inches to see what I'm shooting at, and I've used it for music videos as well, and I could see really well when I have my gimbals and stuff. And it's fairly affordable. It's almost 170 bucks or 170 bucks, and it's an affordable solution for an external monitor. Another item I carry on the side of my backpack is this Tiffen filter case, and this is where I have my ND filter, ND variable filter, That's what it's called. And this is used to block off sunlight when it's too bright outside, when I'm shooting midday, when I'm vlogging midday, and I want to have certain settings on my camera to make it my style. This is very important. I think I'm gonna create a video on why you should use an ND filter. Not many people know about this, and not many people use them. So I feel like if you're shooting outside, this is a must. Okay, so the camera that I have used for the past 2 years, my bread and butter, the one that has created all the content, most of the content you've seen, is my Canon T6i. This is my first ever DSLR. Not my first camera. My first camera was this Sony vlogging camera. This is what started all this mess. This is what created this ambition to create content. It was this little camera. It was not the greatest, but it gets the job done when you're in a pinch. And I've used this in vlogs when I need to have this on a gimbal. I vlogged on this before, and it's a quick run and gun type camera. But I don't use it anymore. I have outgrown it. But this was my first camera, and this is the camera that my girlfriend bought me, I think 2.5 years ago, for my 3 years ago, for my birthday. And yeah, so she created all this. She has made me spend all this money. So yeah, but yeah, my Canon T6i. What I'm really liking about this camera is the pictures that come out of it. It's like 24 megapixels. It shoots HD 24 frames per second, and I'm still planning on using this. I think I'm gonna vlog on this one and use the other one for my cinematic sequences and all the other like fancy stuff. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch to this camera and see if you can spot the difference. Lastly, I want to show you guys my SONY A7iii. I've been loving it. I've been loving the 4K. I don't like it. I don't like editing it because it takes forever, and the exporting takes forever. But the image quality is what I was looking for. The low light capabilities in this camera, full frame, just a total beast. That's the reason why it costs as much as it costs. And yeah, but that's all the gear that I use most often. And I hope you guys found this video informative, and if you saw something that was interesting but I didn't fully explain what I use it for, or I confused you for some reason, please leave a comment down below or follow me on my Instagram and DM me at CaesarJSid. I would love to get back to you and answer questions. Yeah, and this is the gear that I think I'm gonna stay with and rock with for a while. So on to the next one. Peace.